So today is November 20th, 2018. It is the last nice day before all the snow and rain comes for the next few days. It's actually quite hazy because of the campfire that's burning down near Paradise, California. The smoke is all blown all over the state of California and all the way up here into the Shasta Valley. Normally you could see Mount Shasta right in that direction, and it's almost completely out of view by all the haze. You can just barely see it. Anyway, I'm going to be heading towards McCloud and visiting a couple of caves and possibly a soda spring, but I don't know if I can get public access onto that property. There's a look at Mount Shasta. It's mid-November, almost December, and it is pretty much bare up there. You could climb it without having to have any gear for the snow. Coming into McCloud, and up ahead here I take a right, go a couple of miles to hopefully get close to the soda springs. Yeah, so I was afraid of this. There's this gate. Little sign here on this tree saying private property. I don't know why this thing isn't going to focus. Maybe another time I'll call that number. There's a sign right there. And there's a dead squirrel right on the very top. I don't know if somebody just tossed it up there or if it landed up there and just died. This guy's dumping all his leaves. The mountain looks painfully bare from the south. Even a couple of aspens that still have their yellow leaves on them. Well, coming back to Highway 89, taking another right, go a couple miles, then heading up to the first of two caves. Okay, so I'm parked at where I need to be. It's a little four-way intersection. I need to be on this tiny little four-wheel drive road going there, which is why I have my bike. And as the crow flies, GPS says I'm 1.22 miles away. Turn off this way. There's a little cairn against the tree. Short distance where this road ends is the cave entrance. Okay, there's a view of Shasta. And just in this little area of scrub oaks is this pit. And there's two cave entrances. I chained my bike right there. So we're going to take this entrance here. This is the northerly direction. The other one is south. And it looks like we have to do a little bit of crawling and sliding into this opening. That's looking back at the entrance. I always like entrance shots with all the moss. There's this big pile of breakdown in here. Let me see if I could widen this. I don't know if this cave goes too much further. It's a lot of breakdown. There's a hibernating bat right there. I almost ran into him. So this breakdown is a real chore to crawl through. It's only 2 feet, but as you can see, just past this, it looks like there's another skylight opening. Now this is cool. You can see how it's all padded with moss on all the rocks here. It's kind of this little fog streaming through the air. So yeah, this is a little double skylight. It's enough light to give a lot of moss to the whole area. Looks like this cave does continue, but it's more and more breakdown. Huh. And it looks like there's the remains of an old ladder right here. I could possibly hoist myself out of here. I think that's what those are. Probably disturbing their home. It's a light ray through the dark. Okay, I'm not sure if it really goes too much further. It's just completely choked down with breakdown and whatever little crawl areas on the side there are. I'm not sure if it's going to lead to anything further. They all just come into the entrance here. That guy went pretty far in. There's two of them just... Oh, there's even another one. They all disappear and then they all come in, kind of seeing who I am. One right up in here. Okay, so instead of going back through all that breakdown and crawling, I was able to climb up and grab on a couple of holds, hoist myself out. There's a faint trail that took me all the way back to the road. Okay, back in the collapse pit, that's the north way that I went. So now we're going to go to the southern route. So here we have to descend a little bit of a pit. This ladder is pretty flimsy, and as you can see, one of its legs is in the air. But fortunately there's a little protruding rock that reinforces it. Okay, so I've descended down. It's kind of a dirt slope, and the cave opens up significantly. This here is really fascinating. This is along the walls, and there's basically this crack, and it looks like at the time this was all magma, there was some leftover lava that just kind of seeped through the crack here and flowed over. Creates this weird, it almost looks liquid, but it's completely solidified. Right here is some mounds of sand. Seems like there's sand that gets brought in through droplets in the ceiling, which have created all these little holes. It's really hard to see, there's a bit of mist. Old English 800. Looks like somebody left a candle burning here. There's a marble. Okay, now look straight up, and all the cracks there are adorned with tiny little tree roots. NJ busts. Coming to another big breakdown. Right now I'm on all this pahoehoe. There's a nice beard. Coming out of these cracks. That tree root has to be at least 6-7 feet in length. Okay, this is the breakdown I just crossed. It basically goes up all the way to the ceiling. Everything starts to drop here. There's some cool lavasicles. And it looks like it ends in a lava seal. I wonder what you make of this. Somebody aligned a whole bunch of logs into the crack there. Yeah, it drops down to about a foot in height, and this is probably where I'm going to turn around. Okay, we are back at the stairwell. There's daylight. Wow, the clouds really rolled in fast. Wasn't really in the cave that long. This here is a little surface tube. These are always cool to find. They don't really go much of anywhere. That's pretty shallow in there. That's cool, that one actually drops down a little bit. I'm at my parking spot just along the main road. Gonna be walking this road in for a little bit, and then the cave entrance is not too much further away. Lo and behold, I found a cave opening. This right here. I see a couple other depressions in the area, so I'm just going to quickly wander around. Right nearby is that super tiny hole. Okay, so just above. Now this looks like an actual entrance with the ladder. I was following these little faint trails, and it looks like there's 3 pits here, and I was in the middle one. It has a little natural arch. Ladder is still in really good shape. Doesn't even move. So through there, here's the edge of the steps. That's the middle collapse opening. Breakdown. I'm seeing a lot of sparkles on the rocks, which makes me think that this could possibly be an ice cave. A lot of cool lavasicles. There are some footprints, but not much. That's interesting. It does look like there is some ice. Little ice crystals on the ground, so definitely feels a lot colder than the other cave. I can see I'm going to have to do quite a bit of crawling. The one advantage is that there's sand all over the floor. So just past that crawl, it turns out the cave really does not go much further. The sand here has completely reached the ceiling at that height. So, and this is only maybe 300 feet in or so. I didn't think I was in there that long, but apparently I was, since the sun has now set. It's getting a little bit darker. Back at the car. It's so quiet out. It's that calm before the storm. What you're seeing there, that's going to be the last view of Shasta, looking like that for a long time. Clouds are starting to swirl around it. What you see there are all the glaciers.